This could be fun. This is a very odd game. Though if you're seeing this on YouTube, you probably already know all about this.
And you're a very odd senpai.
Oh yeah. Also Cassie's here.
I'm always here.
He can't get rid of me.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor at his desk.
You are a droid at SK. Your dream has finally come true.
No, not dream, not dream at all.
427 did every day.
Your nightmare
every
has
month,
finally come true.
Something he would never quite forget.
This is turning into Portal,
He had been
actually.
at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
This is your life, SK.
No one had showed up to
Look
give
at it
him
closely.
instructions.
Shut up.
This is the...
Shut
Or
up.
even say hi. Never in all his years at the company
SK's
had
gonna
this
cut me.
This complete isolation. Something was
They
very
even have
clearly
numbers.
wrong. Shocked, frozen
Just
solid,
like employee
Stanley found himself
423.
unable to move for the longest time.
You have no
But
life
as he
ahead of
came to his
you.
wits and regained
Kinda
his
dark
senses,
looking.
He got up from his
Depressing.
desk and stepped out of his office.
Yeah, I can move. What is that? Oh, it's a pencil sharpener. For a second then I thought it was... What? Why is the dog? Why is the... Why is the dog... What the fuck? What the... Why is the... What the fuck?
What have you done? You broke it already.
What did I do? What the fuck?
You couldn't even go 5 seconds without breaking it.
What the fuck? Open the damn door.
This is off to a good start, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going out. Fuck you, door. Fuck you.
This is an epic adventure.
This is kind of creepy, actually. What's worse than working in a boring office? A boring office that's empty.
This is your future.
Shut up.
I gotta BRB.
When Stanley
Hopefully
came to
your
a set
future
of
won't
two
kill you
open
in the time
doors,
I'm gone.
he
If you
entered
get
the
stuck in
door
on the
his
door,
head.
though, I'm gonna make fun of you.
The element of choice.
A fork in the road. What are you gonna do?
He just said I should go left. What should I do?
Left. You never do what they tell you.
But it says go left. He just said go left.
Rebel, motherfucker, rebel.
Okay.
This was
Don't
not the
become,
correct way to
don't
the meeting
become one of the
room, and Stanley knew
droids.
it perfectly
Don't listen
well.
to the man.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by
Man.
the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Oh, I'm drinking alright. As soon as this thing works.
Someday. Someday.
You can't
But
By
at
the looks
last,
of it.
he'd had enough of the amazing room, and took the first open door on his left to get back
I'm a
to
bit
business.
behind due to lag, so I'm a little...
No.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
They
foot.
like to watch your
I'm
misfortune.
not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to
Cat
redeem
face.
yourself. To put your work aside, to let her back into your life.
You had a girlfriend,
That's her,
didn't you?
Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place
What
your
the
faith
fuck?
in another, then pick up the phone.
Phone call.
Hello? Wait, what?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All
This
right,
isn't
now,
gonna end
I
well.
want you to come in and tell me all about your
Oh god.
Gotcha. Come inside.
Same stream.
Let me show you what's really going on here.
Fuck off, no.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Okay, mind fuckery.
A
That's
possibly
so sad.
ringing phone.
Oh, no.
You get
can't-
to unplug.
Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a
Yeah, you
choice.
can
How did
unplug
you
it
do
from the
that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible.
No! You open this door right now!
Fuck doors.
Let me double check. It's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No!
Give in.
No!
Give in to the system, SK. Become one of us.
Fuck you! Take my papers!
Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything.
Nope.
I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner?
I will not press M! No!
Like, no!
You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely.
You should press H.
H for holy crap.
Actually, there is something about pressing H. I don't remember now what that was for.
H! H! No, does nothing.
Yeah, I don't think
Stanley
it was for
is
this.
quite a
I think it was for
boring
something
fellow.
else.
He has a job that demands nothing of him. And every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
I'm
And
a
each
rat in
day
a
that he
freaking
returned
cage
to work
here.
was a reminder that
I think
none
that's
of
what
it
they
would
want you to
ever
feel
happen
like.
to him. In reality, all he's doing is pressing the
Not my
same
fault.
buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world, he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Fuck you!
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe
What?
decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real
What have I
person.
caused?
But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person
What the
named
fuck have I
Stephen
caused?
has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Fuck you.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone
These
else can be
games are gonna
difficult,
fuck with
but
you
the
hard,
fact
I
is-
think.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real.
He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss, I have an office, I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real, I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Crap.
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
Oh, you died quickly, that's
It
nice.
was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people
So from
whose
what I
impressions
can
of
tell
her
so
would
far,
affect her career,
if I don't do
and
what
by
he said,
extension,
that's when
the
the
rest of her
mindfuck
life.
restarts.
She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
And then she turned and ran.
Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
What? Practice! My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to have a back sack and crack?
I can't
I
wait
thought
to
you
tell
meant
this
something
story
was
to my
breaking on your
co-workers,
end
Stanley
now.
thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story.
Why are you doing this?
But no, this is what he was
He is
going
the
to do
devil!
instead.
He is the devil!
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Two, 845.
Oh, SK.
He's getting mad.
Excellent. Making
I don't
choices
use
on a
mine now.
regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less?
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
You made him angry.
Oh, this was what it opened. I get it.
That looks safe.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? Oh, fuck that. No.
I'm sure that it's not the devil.
Ugh, this is giving me goosebumps.
Go on. Go on, little senpai. Go on.
It's like you can go in the dark, or you can go in the what looks like God knows what down there.
Either way, you're screwed.
I really am, aren't I?
I like the giant red button. You should press it. Whee!
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I wonder what happens there. Something tells me that escape is a lie. So your choice is something that looks like you might get gangbanged, or an ominous company.
You just had to say gangbang, didn't you?
What else am I supposed to say? Also, endless hallway.
Although this passageway
Go.
had the word
You know you wanna.
escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I kind of want you to keep going, but at the same time, I know you'll probably have to restart if you do.
No. No.
Come on, you made it this far. Just a little bit more. Yes, a little bit more. Yes, a little bit more. You can do it.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get
Come
back
on.
on track.
Come on. Be brave.
Mind tricks. Mind tricks.
Be brave and make a run for it.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh god. Oh god.
It's just darkness.
Darkness is the worst thing.
By this. Your pain is 20D. Come on.
Oh god. Ah! Wait, what? Oh fuck.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his
Oh fuck.
demise,
See? You're
that
fine!
his
Oh,
life
fuck.
had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Oh fuck.
I can't really make out what's going on, but you seem
He
to be
doesn't
okay.
know the
You're
real
alive.
story,
Fine.
trapped
No,
forever in his
I'm
narrow
fine.
vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Well, Stanley,
Not my fault.
Huh?
In a single visceral
Wait, what?
instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I think you broke it.
Wait, what? The narrator changed. What? What the fuck?
See, I told you the red path was good.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Huh? Huh?
Do it.
I'm I'm back at the beginning.
Listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else.
Okay.
At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
I don't seem to have much of a choice at the moment.
Now
Still,
that you know your
when they
choices
tell you to
are
do
meaningful,
something, don't
we
do it.
can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late. Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone? I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Suddenly I'm back here again.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
They've eliminated all choice, Cassie, I think.
We should see what happens when you go now. I see something different happening,
What
maybe.
the fuck?
Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Tits. No.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115?
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115.
You're too British!
Fine,
It's
you're
not
gonna do
working!
it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
I believe in you. Come on,
Why is
Steve.
there a phone
Yep.
ringing?
Not my fault.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the
Might wanna
Future
answer it.
Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
And then you just jump out the window. I think.
Huh?
Well, once you have a computer anyway.
At first,
Yeah, out the
Stanley
window.
assumed he'd
There you
broken
go.
the map until he heard this narration and realized
Don't know
it
what's
was
gonna
part of
happen.
the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. Drink it all in. Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
So, how do you feel?
Scared yet? No.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
I'm going again.
All of his co-workers were gone.
That's it.
What could it mean?
Yeah,
Stanley
you
decided
get
to
stuck.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Not
he had
that.
simply missed a
Look.
memo.
Every room is full of boxes now.
When Stanley came to a...
Aha!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got
Go
back
stand
on
in the
track.
room closet and never come out. Eat some crisps or whatever it is you British do.
I'm grabbing a drink.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow.
I'm gonna
Just
watch
an
what
empty
happens while
broom
you're gone.
closet. No reason to still be here.
I'd have to go far for a drink.
Oh.
What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh, nice. I guess that's for all those Leroy
Feeling
Jenkins
soothed
people.
and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward
We have to get Beth
into the
playing this
opened
game.
passageway.
Okay then.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he was justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
No, I'm not. I got a drink.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation.
Fuck.
I'm genuinely confused.
How does one beat the Stanley Parable?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'd assume get the freedom ending.
I'd imagine so.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring.
Fucking with the narrator.
It didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
This is some good drink.
Maybe
Drink!
this is something
Drinks!
of its own
I love
path.
drinks.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope
XD!
your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection.
Fuck
That's
you.
how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is
amused.
addicted to drugs and hookers.
Fuck you!
Now the monitors jumped to
Whoa.
life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Oh god.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh, man.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You
No,
got
no,
to
drinking.
think about it, explored it a bit, and we're just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation
I
like
just
this,
put my drink on the
responsible
desk.
thing is
I'm
to alert
fine,
someone
thank you.
nearby so as to ensure that your body is
I
taken
approve.
care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
It's fuck.
No.
It's
He
fucking with you.
refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
One of those is
Never.
pirate.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
I'm sure you'll find the answer to
Spent
that
his entire
eventually.
life utterly blind to the world. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
Basic first-person video
When
game
you've done that,
mechanic.
just step out into the hallway.